Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when the walls we've built around ourselves crumble. The structures we thought were unshakable, our dreams, our plans, our very identity lie in ruins. And in that moment, we have a choice to mourn over the rubble or to rebuild. Acknowledging brokenness is one of the most challenging yet necessary steps in the journey of rebuilding oneself. It requires an unflinching look at the parts of our lives that are shattered, dysfunctional, or simply not what they were meant to be. It's a process that begins with honesty, not the kind of honesty we give to others, but the raw, unfiltered truth we confront within ourselves. Brokenness, though painful, is not a sign of failure. It's evidence that we've lived, that we've risked, that we've tried. To acknowledge it is not to admit defeat, but to accept that we are human and imperfect. It is the starting point for transformation. Many people avoid facing their brokenness because it feels too overwhelming. We fear that if we acknowledge the cracks in our lives, they will consume us. Instead, we try to cover them up, busying ourselves with distractions, pretending that everything is fine. But ignoring the cracks doesn't make them disappear, it only allows them to widen over time. The longer we deny our brokenness, the more it festers, and the harder it becomes to heal. The truth is that healing can never begin without acknowledgement. You can't rebuild what you refuse to see. Acknowledging brokenness is not about self-pity or wallowing in despair. It's about naming the hurt, the disappointments, and the losses without shame. It's saying, yes, this happened. Yes, I made mistakes. Yes, life didn't go as I planned. It's about owning your story, both the light and the dark, because only when you embrace the entirety of your journey can you begin to write the next chapter. Denial keeps you stuck, but truth sets you free. The beauty of brokenness lies in its universality. No one escapes life without scars. Behind every smile is a battle fought, and behind every success is a struggle overcome. When you acknowledge your brokenness, you join the vast human experience of resilience and recovery. It's not weakness to admit you're broken, it's strength to face it head on. There's something deeply powerful about standing in the middle of your mess and saying, this is not the end of me. Acknowledging brokenness also helps you release the weight of perfectionism. Society often tells us that we must always have it together, that we must present a flawless image to the world. But perfection is an illusion, and chasing it only leads to exhaustion. When you admit your brokenness, you step out of the exhausting cycle of pretending and into the freedom of authenticity. You begin to see that your value doesn't lie in being perfect, it lies in being real. Finally, acknowledging brokenness allows you to make peace with the past. It doesn't mean condoning what happened or forgetting the pain. It means refusing to let it control you. It's about taking inventory of where you are so you can decide where you want to go. It's not the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new one. A chance to rebuild with greater purpose, strength, and clarity. Vision for renewal is the spark that ignites the process of rebuilding. It is the ability to see beyond the ruins of your current circumstances and imagine a future filled with hope, strength, and purpose. Without vision, it is easy to remain trapped in the cycle of despair, staring at what's broken and believing that this is all there will ever be. Vision shifts your perspective. It takes your eyes off the debris of yesterday and points them toward the possibilities of tomorrow. It's not about denying reality, it's about refusing to let reality limit what you believe can happen. When you begin to envision renewal, you unlock the power of imagination. You allow yourself to dream again, to picture what life could be if you put in the work. If you refuse to quit, if you believe that transformation was possible. It starts with a single question: what do I want my life to look like? That question plants the seed of change, and once you begin to answer it, a roadmap starts to form. Vision gives direction. It provides clarity in the chaos, reminding you that even though things are hard right now, they don't have to stay this way. Vision is also a declaration of faith. To see something better for your life, even when all evidence around you says otherwise, requires courage. It's easy to be consumed by the weight of current struggles, but vision calls you to rise above. It asks you to look past the challenges and believe in what's not yet visible. It's believing that the broken pieces can be rebuilt into something even stronger and more beautiful than before. Vision whispers to you in the quiet moments, reminding you that the story isn't over, that there is still more ahead. Having a vision for renewal doesn't mean the path will be easy. In fact, vision often invites resistance. There will be doubts, setbacks, and moments where the future you imagine feels impossibly far away. But vision is resilient. It doesn't demand perfection, it simply asks for persistence. Each step you take toward the vision, no matter how small, brings it closer to reality. Vision is the anchor that keeps you steady when the waves of life threaten to knock you down. What makes vision so powerful is its ability to reshape not just your future, but also your present. When you have a clear picture of where you're headed, your actions and decisions start to align with that destination. Vision helps you say no to what no longer serves you and yes to what propels you forward. It gives purpose to your pain and meaning to your effort. It transforms the way you see yourself, not as someone defined by failure or hardship, but as someone capable of creating and embracing something new. In the end, vision for renewal is not just about rebuilding what was lost. It's about creating something better, something that reflects the lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the person you are becoming. Vision empowers you to move forward, knowing that renewal is not just possible, it's inevitable if you dare to see it. Ownership of the process is the cornerstone of rebuilding yourself. It's the realization that no one else can do the work for you, and that your growth, healing, and transformation are ultimately your responsibility. While life may have dealt you hardships beyond your control, how you respond to them is entirely in your hands. This truth can feel heavy at first, but it is also liberating. When you take ownership of the process, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for circumstances to change or for others to save you, and you decide to take charge of your own destiny. Taking ownership means stepping away from blame. It's easy to point fingers at people, circumstances, or even fate for the challenges you face. While acknowledging external factors is important, staying stuck in blame only delays progress. Ownership asks you to look inward and ask hard questions. What can I do to change this? What role have I played in where I am today? How can I move forward from here? This isn't about self-condemnation, it's about self-empowerment. The moment you stop seeing yourself as a victim of life and start seeing yourself as an active participant in your journey, everything changes. The process of rebuilding is rarely linear or easy. It's filled with setbacks, doubts, and moments where the weight of it all feels unbearable. But ownership reminds you that progress isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. You might not get everything right the first time or even the fifth time, but every small effort counts. Ownership means showing up for yourself even when it's hard. It means choosing to get back up after every fall and refusing to let failure define you. Owning the process also requires accountability. It's not enough to simply want change, you must take consistent action to achieve it. This could mean setting goals, creating new habits, or seeking support when needed. Accountability keeps you aligned with your vision and ensures that you're actively working toward it rather than just hoping for it to happen. It's about being honest with yourself about your progress and taking corrective action when necessary. Ownership means saying, I am responsible for my growth, and I will do whatever it takes to move forward. One of the most transformative aspects of ownership is the freedom it brings. When you stop waiting for external validation or permission, you realize that you have everything you need to rebuild your life. You don't need someone else to tell you it's possible, you decide it's possible. You don't wait for ideal circumstances, you create them. Ownership shifts the narrative from why me to what now. It puts you in the driver's seat, reminding you that you have the power to navigate your journey, no matter how rocky the road may seem. Taking ownership of the process is not just about doing the work, it's about embracing the journey as your own. It's about realizing that every step, every choice, every moment of effort is a declaration of your commitment to yourself. You are the architect of your life, and when you own the process, you lay the foundation for a future that reflects your strength, resilience, and determination. Pain is an unavoidable part of life, yet it is often misunderstood. Most people see pain as a punishment, an unwelcome burden, or a sign that something has gone terribly wrong. But pain, when viewed through the right lens, is far more than that. It is a teacher, a refiner, and a catalyst for growth. The role of pain in rebuilding yourself is profound, for it is pain that often pushes us out of complacency and into transformation. While no one enjoys the experience of suffering, it is through pain that we uncover our strength, redefine our purpose, and emerge as a better version of ourselves. Pain has a way of exposing truths we might otherwise ignore. It shines a light on the areas of our lives that need attention, healing, or change. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to overlook the cracks in our foundation, but pain forces us to confront what we've been avoiding. It demands honesty. It asks us to look at the things we've swept under the rug and to deal with them head on. Though this process is uncomfortable, it is necessary. Pain doesn't come to destroy us, it comes to reveal what needs to be rebuilt. One of the most powerful roles of pain is its ability to strip away what is unnecessary. When we go through difficult seasons, the things that once seemed important superficial goals, material possessions, or the approval of others begin to lose their grip on us. Pain refocuses our priorities. It teaches us to value what truly matters: love, connection, purpose, and authenticity. In this way, pain simplifies life, clearing away the distractions and allowing us to rebuild with greater clarity and intention. Pain also has a refining quality. Just as fire refines gold, pain has the ability to purify us, burning away insecurities, doubts, and fears. It strengthens our character and deepens our resilience. Every time we endure pain and choose to keep going, we become more capable, more determined, and more prepared to face whatever comes next. Pain may bend us, but it does not have to break us. It is through enduring pain that we discover the depths of our strength and the heights of our potential. Another crucial role of pain is that it fosters empathy. When we've been through struggles, we become more compassionate toward others who are facing their own challenges. Pain connects us to the shared human experience. It reminds us that we are not alone in our suffering and that we have the capacity to uplift and support one another. In this way, pain doesn't just rebuild us, it rebuilds the bonds we share with others. Lastly, pain gives birth to growth. It forces us to stretch beyond our comfort zones and step into the unknown. While we often wish for lives free of hardship, it is through pain that we evolve. Pain teaches us lessons we could never learn in ease. It builds wisdom, patience, and a deeper appreciation for the moments of joy and peace that follow. Though painful experiences may feel overwhelming, they carry the seeds of transformation. Pain has a purpose. It shapes, strengthens, and prepares us for the next chapter. When we embrace its role in our lives, we stop seeing it as an enemy and start seeing it as a partner in our journey toward rebuilding ourselves. Faith and resilience are two of the most powerful forces that sustain us through life's challenges. Together, they form a foundation of strength that enables us to endure the storms, rise from the rubble, and move forward when everything around us says to give up. Faith is the unwavering belief in something greater than yourself, whether that is a higher power, a divine plan, or the assurance that there is purpose in your pain. Resilience, on the other hand, is the inner strength that allows you to adapt, persist, and overcome. When these two forces work in harmony, they create a synergy that is unstoppable. Faith is often the light that guides us in the darkest moments. When life feels overwhelming, faith provides hope, a glimmer of possibility that things can and will get better. It gives you the courage to take the first step, even when you cannot see the whole path. Faith whispers to your soul that what you are going through is not the end, but rather a part of your journey. It allows you to trust that every setback, every heartbreak, and every challenge is shaping you into who you are meant to be. Faith doesn't eliminate fear or doubt, but it gives you the strength to move forward in spite of them. Resilience, on the other hand, is the engine that keeps you going. It is the ability to bounce back after failure, to stand up after being knocked down, and to keep pushing forward no matter how difficult the road may seem. Resilience is not about avoiding pain or adversity. It's about enduring it and growing stronger because of it. It's the refusal to let circumstances define you or hold you back. Resilience transforms the I can't into I will and the I've lost into I've learned. It is the relentless spirit that refuses to quit, no matter how many obstacles arise. What makes faith and resilience so powerful is that they reinforce each other. Faith feeds resilience by reminding you that your struggles have meaning, that there is a purpose beyond what you can see. When you believe that there is something greater at work, you are more likely to persevere, even in the face of uncertainty. Resilience, in turn, strengthens faith by proving that you are capable of enduring and overcoming. Each time you rise from adversity, your faith grows stronger because you see the evidence of your own strength and the power of hope. Faith and resilience also teach you to focus on progress rather than perfection. They remind you that rebuilding is not about having everything figured out, it's about taking one step at a time, trusting that each step brings you closer to your goal. They encourage you to celebrate small victories and to remain steadfast, even when progress feels slow. Together, they provide the foundation you need to rebuild your life, brick by brick, moment by moment. In the end, faith and resilience remind you of one essential truth: you are stronger than you think, and there is always hope, even in the midst of struggle. These forces are not just tools for survival, they are the keys to thriving, to rebuilding, and to discovering the limitless potential within you. With faith in your heart and resilience in your spirit, there is nothing you cannot overcome. Celebrating progress is an essential yet often overlooked part of the journey to rebuilding yourself. In a world that tends to glorify end results and grand achievements, it can be easy to dismiss the smaller steps you take along the way. However, progress, no matter how small, is evidence of growth, effort, and transformation. When you take the time to recognize and honor those moments, you build momentum, nurture your motivation, and remind yourself that you are moving in the right direction. Every journey of rebuilding begins with one step, and that first step is often the hardest. It's the moment you decide to try again, to get back up, or to make a change. That decision in itself is worthy of celebration because it marks the point where you chose courage over fear and action over stagnation. Progress isn't always loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet and subtle, but it's still progress. Acknowledge it. Celebrate it. Let it remind you of the strength it took to start. Celebrating progress also shifts your focus from what is still undone to what you've already accomplished. It's easy to get caught up in how far you still have to go, and that mindset can be discouraging. But when you pause to reflect on how far you've come, you gain a renewed sense of purpose and energy. Each milestone, no matter how small, serves as proof that you are capable of change, growth, and resilience. It's not just about reaching the finish line, it's about appreciating the journey and all the steps it takes to get there. Progress is rarely linear, and setbacks are a natural part of the process. When you celebrate progress, you give yourself permission to be imperfect. You recognize that growth isn't about avoiding mistakes, but about learning from them and continuing to move forward. Celebrating even the smallest victories helps you reframe challenges as opportunities for growth rather than failures. It reminds you that every step forward, no matter how small, is worth acknowledging. Taking time to celebrate progress also builds confidence. Each success, no matter how small, reinforces the belief that you are capable of overcoming obstacles and achieving your goals. It creates a positive feedback loop that motivates you to keep going. When you celebrate your progress, you're telling yourself, I see you. I see your effort, your perseverance, and your strength. That validation is powerful, and it can fuel your determination to keep pushing forward. Celebration doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be as simple as taking a moment to reflect on your accomplishments, sharing your progress with a trusted friend, or treating yourself to something you enjoy. What matters is the act of recognition, acknowledging that what you've done matters, that it took effort, and that it is moving you closer to the person you want to become. Each celebration, no matter how small, reminds you of your worth and encourages you to keep striving.
Progress is the evidence that change is happening, and celebrating it honors the journey you're on. It shifts the focus from perfection to persistence, from destination to growth. When you make it a habit to celebrate progress, you cultivate a mindset of gratitude, resilience, and self-compassion. You remind yourself that even in the smallest steps, there is power and that every effort brings you closer to the life you're building.
Rebuilding yourself is a journey of courage, resilience, and hope. It begins with acknowledging your brokenness, not as a sign of weakness, but as a testament to your humanity and a starting point for transformation. It requires a vision for renewal, one that dares to look beyond the pain of the present to imagine a brighter and stronger future. Along the way, it demands ownership of the process, a commitment to taking responsibility for your growth, and a refusal to let circumstances or excuses hold you back. Pain, though difficult, becomes a teacher and a catalyst, refining you into someone stronger, wiser, and more empathetic. Faith and resilience form the foundation that keeps you moving forward, anchoring you in hope and fortifying you against setbacks. And through it all, celebrating progress reminds you to honor each step, no matter how small, recognizing that every effort contributes to the masterpiece you are creating. This journey is not about perfection, it's about persistence. It's not about avoiding hardship, but embracing it as part of your story. You are rebuilding not to return to who you once were, but to become someone even greater. The process may be long, but it is worth it. You have the power, the strength, and the courage to rise from the ashes, to transform your pain into purpose, and to create a life that reflects your resilience and dreams. The choice is yours. Step forward, rebuild, and become the extraordinary person you are destined to be. Today, Meta unveiled Code Llama, a specialized version of their AI model designed specifically for programming tasks. This release has the potential to revolutionize the way developers interact with AI, making coding assistance more accessible and intuitive than ever before.